Hey y'all, welcome to YeahManThePodcast, episode 44. Today, we with our guest host,
Rudy
Rudy
Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Lorenzo Gonzalez.
I'm JP the Creator. This is Ben Awesome Newsom. And the title of our show today is From the Angel Above, Low Carbs. Rudy, can you kind of explain to us your story and kind of how you opened up Shake
and Bake.
Shake and Bake. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, our story started back when my wife was diagnosed with cancer, and I got approved for the gastric sleeve. And what we wanted to do was we went on our journey of trying to take care of what we had. She went one way as far as starting the chemo treatment, and I went the other way with my weight loss journey. She had told me to try to lose the weight to stay fit. One of us had to stay fit with our son. So we ended up hitting it hard, and she was battling her cancer, and I was battling my overweightness, obesity. So I was able to get it down with the gastric sleeve. I got the gastric sleeve done. Didn't look back. She was doing good with her chemo, and then it took a turn for the worse. She said, "Stay fit for our son." So we did. I did, and from there, she ended up losing the battle with cancer. Thank you. And we looked at each other as me, my nephew, and my son to try to do something to help out people down the road. And we created Shake and Bake in order to give back, to try to help people who are in that road of going towards where they find out whether they have cancer, or they're diabetic, whether they're overweight, or they're just trying to stay fit. So we created Shake and Bake. My nephew is a chef. He came up with some recipes that were really awesome that are still in our store that are really good for people. They're low carbs. We have everything that we have in our store on our desserts are 5 grams or less in carbs. And we have protein shakes that are less than 5 grams of carbs. And we have our espresso drinks as well. So we created Shake and Bake to help people like that so they can indulge in their sweets and be able not to feel guilty and not worry about their sugar levels going up and all of that, their insulin levels. So this is a real good alternative for if you like sweets and don't want that sugar intake.
Where you located?
We are located at 1416 West Hildebrand Avenue, San Antonio, Texas, 78201. And we would be happy to have y'all come over anytime. We also have pizza that is 9 grams of carbs, a 12-inch pizza filled with your favorite toppings that will keep it at 9 grams of carbs. So we are excited about it. We're getting started, and we wanted to come over here and offer y'all a little bit of what we have here at Shake and Bake with our top chef here, Mr. Lorenzo Gonzalez, that has been able to give us these recipes to help people out.
How do y'all, like Lorenzo, how do y'all keep it at 9 grams?
It's science, basically. Traditionally, most keto recipes or most keto adaptations of existing recipes, ban flour. No, flour is bad.
Right.
So usually that ends up being, you're either using almond flour, or like in the case of the pizza, you're using cauliflower crust. But the flour industry has actually come a long way to where they can actually remove the carbohydrate from a lot of their products. So one of the things that plays a big role, especially in our breads, is an ingredient called vital wheat gluten.
Okay. So
So essentially what it is they take the flour, I guess atom cell, whatever, the flour, and they remove, they isolate just the gluten part. So the reason that traditional keto recipes couldn't get that height and that fluff in their breads was because there was no gluten in it. So, up until a couple of years ago, if something was keto, it was also most likely going to be gluten-free, stuff like that. So we aren't gluten-free for most of our products because we do use that. But then we also use something called oat fiber, which is basically just the fiber portion of oatmeal. So it's a lot of they're natural ingredients because they do start off as flour, oats, etc. But there's a lot of scientific processes to remove the quote unquote bad part and still leave the residual, which does what it needs to do in baked goods.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yep. Yeah, so, and dealing with that, we've been able to produce some really good desserts. We got some strawberry shortcakes right here that are really good. And, we want y'all to try these out to see what y'all think.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's real good. And,
Yeah, so these strawberry shortcakes are
Yeah.
probably, as far as the desserts go, probably going to be the item that have the most carbs on our menu, and but that's because of the natural sugars in the fruit. So that and a peach cobbler are the only two things that actually have the whole fruit in there.
You have peach cobbler?
yes, sir.
Man.
Oh, now I want this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the peach cobbler comes in a serving that same size. It's a 9-ounce cup, and a traditional so what I did is I went and found 10 different recipes for peach cobbler, averaged out the amount of carbs in a serving that size. So a quote unquote traditional recipe of peach cobbler would have 106 carbs and 91 grams of sugar. Our peach cobbler has 6 carbs and 4 grams of sugar. So even though it's probably the most carb intense item on our menu, it's drastically lower than a traditional.
And how much carb is in it?
4.2.
4.2 carbs is this.
In the
Yeah.
whole thing. Yes, sir.
Bro, let's go hard.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's just because the natural strawberries is what gives it the carbs. Our cookie base is like 1.2 grams. It's in there.
Wow.
And then our whipped cream is literally just whipped cream and sweetened with artificial sweeteners, so there's no carbs.
Yeah.
So you okay?
So here's my question. I know you're located on Hildebrand, right? Have you ever done like you know how they have bake sales and things like that? Have you ever done like bake sales or gone to hospitals too? Because I work in a hospital.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, you brought this up to that hospital,
Right.
and I told them about this,
Yeah.
y'all gonna sell out. Period.
Oh.
Because
Yeah.
they're like, look, it's only 4. Oh, you lying, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you this, man. I tried it. Watch the show. Like, this is the real deal.
Exactly.
So, do y'all promote at other places?
Yes.
I mean, I know you promote, but
We went to a retirement home and we did, what was the...
Yeah, so there was a it's a senior living facility, sir. Get it right.
Sorry about that.
Politically correct. But it was a senior living facility that specialized in Alzheimer's and memory-related patients. So I guess last year for Christmas they had to cancel all their Christmas festivities because we were in the middle of COVID. So what was it, like mid-July?
Yeah.
They had a Christmas in July event where they
Farmers
invited
market.
all the residents, families out. So part of that Christmas festivities is they had a vendors event. So we took a part. We're a part of that, and we took our sweets, our peach cobbler, the cookies, the shortcakes, and so that was pretty much a hit. A lot of
They loved it.
the nurses and the employees of the facility bought whole cakes and
What I like
whole
about it,
trays of stuff.
Yeah.
and I'm not hating on you by saying this, but what I like about it, it feels like you ain't supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about sweets. You gotta feel like you ain't supposed to eat it.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Because like I've been to other people that if it's non-sweet,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's like it's supposed to be healthy. And you're like, yeah, this shit is healthy because
It doesn't taste good.
yeah, like I want to eat this whole thing. So, and then what I like about it is when you said strawberry shortcake,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
it was like I'm like, how's it in a cup?
Yeah.
But it works, man.
It works.
It's kind of like got your own
Yeah.
swag to it, man.
Like, yeah. It's just like a peach cobbler. It looks like that too, and people get it tricked. But Lorenzo's going to tell you a little secret about the peach cobbler that messes with your mind.
Yeah, so, or kind of before I get to that, so I think another thing that really sets us apart is most recipes that are converted to keto, people go in with the mindset of like, I need to take something unhealthy and make it healthy.
Right.
I mean, we don't really promote this as it's healthy. I mean, you cannot survive eating 10 strawberry shortcakes a day for the rest of your life.
You can't.
Obviously.
But no, I've been doing it. I've been doing it every day.
So I mean, and I'm by no means saying it's unhealthy. I mean, it's not bad for you, if that makes sense. But just because it's not bad for you doesn't necessarily mean good for you. But I think that's the thing. A lot of people that try to convert things, they're trying to make it healthy, and it's like, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a healthy product. It just has to not be bad.
Trying to force it to be healthy,
Right.
Instead of just letting it be what it is.
Exactly.
It's not bad for you. It's not necessarily the greatest thing for you ever.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, so going back to what he was saying about the peach cobbler. So
Yeah.
so trying to think how scientific to get. So most people actually don't taste their food; they smell it.
Okay.
Right.
So like if you ever had a cold and you eat it, and you're like, I can't taste anything. It's kind of the same reason why one of the symptoms of COVID is you can't smell
Or taste.
In reality, what it is the fact that you can't smell. You're losing about 80% of your taste sensation. So our peach cobbler is actually 1/3 butternut squash. So the smell and the flavors of the peaches and the cinnamon overpower the flavor of the butternut. So when you're eating it, I mean, it's the same color. When you're eating it, you think you're eating a peach, but in reality, you're eating butternut squash. So that was the way we were able to reduce the quantity of peaches and therefore reduce the amount of actual sugar and carbs in the peach cobbler.
You know, black people are serious about peach cobbler.
But very.
It's going hard. I have to give you props.
Yeah.
What made you put butterscotch in?
Butternut squash.
Yeah.
And he roasts them.
Yeah, so we roast the peaches and the butternut squash. So
Together with the cinnamon.
Well, separately because the squash is harder. It takes longer to roast.
Right.
So we roast them separately and then add them to basically the syrup. The cinnamon sugar alternative. Let that marinate.
Shopping.
Yeah.
I'll have to pop over to the shop one day, just okay, we're recording this.
Well worth it. Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee you it's going to be good. I mean, I'm not going to say. I'll put it up against eating peach cobbler, honestly.
I got a house.
I'm just saying, I think you help Bobby Flay. I'm just saying.
I mean, Bobby Flay does more Southwest, so I feel like you take him. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can make like a better.
I'm no culinary specialist. I'm just saying this guy.
Yeah.
I think
You taking Bobby Flay on?
Oh, I mean, I wish you still had to show me be Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes up here and I'm like, okay, you gotta make this, but you gotta make it with carbs in the single digits. I got them all day.
I like these.
Okay.
These are my favorite. These are the Lorenzo balls, as we call them, and this is the peanut butter balls, and they taste. If you like Reese's peanut butter cups, they remind me of that, and they're like 1.2 grams of net carb.
Let me ask you something. Because people going to want this in their head, but then they're not going to ask it. How much would something like that cost in your store?
That,
Yeah.
it's like, we have it as what, $8?
Okay.
No, the strawberry shortcake?
Oh no, it's
No,
less.
it's either 4 or 5.
$4. I'm sorry, $4. Yeah,
That's $4 well spent, bro.
yeah, $4, not $8.
Well
I'm saying $8.
That's $4
that's like
well spent, bro.
That's like the first date kind of thing.
I'm gonna take somebody there now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that's right. They're
We do have a dining room, so I mean, if you
Yeah,
want
that's
Lorenzo balls.
if you
the
wanted to go,
Lorenzo balls, man, better watch out. They are good.
Lorenzo, this is the first time we'll eat something that
Something behind these balls.
I'll tell you a little story about.
It ain't gonna be nothing crazy.
No. So
Alright.
So right prior to our grand opening, we came up with this. But we're trying to we need to add more stuff to the menu. And Rudy went crazy on Facebook. Everyone he told, Lorenzo's balls are the best thing in the world. Well, because we were having a grand opening and we were giving things away, we made a smaller version of it. So one of my former coworkers comes to my grand opening. He's like, "Man, Lorenzo, everyone we had literally tiny a quarter size of these." And he's like, "Man, everyone's talking about your balls, but I never expected them to be so small." And I'm like, "Really? Those are miniature Lorenzo balls. Those aren't real Lorenzo balls." But, so she went back and told everyone, and so now all my old coworkers are like, "Hey, I heard you have little balls." When they're free, they're little. When you pay, you get the big balls.
How much we talking about for Lorenzo balls?
Those are actually like, I think they're $4.
Yeah, they're 3 balls for $4. But so the other thing we hadn't mentioned about them, they're actually high protein.
Very
So
high.
they're
Yeah.
when we first started, we were going into a lot of local gyms and kind of just setting up, giving samples, kind of like a marketing thing. And a lot of people were asking for high protein items. So I went looking for recipes and trying to get inspiration for protein bombs. But a lot of them were, even though they were high protein, they were also high fat, high carb. So all of our balls, we have 5 different flavors currently. The base product for all of them is one of our products. So like this one is our chocolate chip cookie, peanut butter, and chocolate protein shake. The powdered shake, we just put it into the mix. So the actual ball has 1.3 grams of carbs, but like 2 grams of protein. Which, I mean, 2 grams isn't a lot, but when you have almost double the amount of protein as you do carbs, it actually makes a difference.
Oh yeah, they're pretty good.
I mean, because for gym heads that I meet, because I frequent the gym a lot, and
Yeah.
I just went to the Truth on Bandera.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all been to that one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's got like a little track around. It's all pretty
Nice.
nice, like So y'all would really profit out there because there's just a lot of just people are trying to stay fit.
Yeah.
Hey, I know a guy that Derek Blesser, and he had a gym, and we had talked to him about being on the podcast one time before, and y'all really need to go to his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they into stuff like that, man. Maybe y'all can work something out. Like
Oh
that.
yeah. Everything we have here is healthy for you. It's good. You don't have to feel guilty about it when you eat it. It fills you up, and it's stripped out because it fills you up to the point of satisfaction, not fills you up for the point where you're feeling like that heavy. Oh man, I should have ate that.
What I like about your stuff is that you feel like you're not eating it, man.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it,
Being
man.
that said, I'm gonna try some lemon balls. These are lemon with powdered sweetener on it.
Oh, sweet.
And I tell you what, I'm eating it. I like it. I eat these every day. These and those. Well, everything in here I pick that every day. And I got on the scale because I was so worried because I was eating nonstop. Because being that I have the gastric sleeve, I eat in small portions. But I'll eat like 6 to 10 meals a day. But they're small. I'm constantly picking on everything at the bakery because I'm at the bakery 7 days a week. And it is good.
And by you being in the bakery, you maintain your weight.
I've actually lost weight. I was at 209. I'm down to 198 right now.
Okay.
From 351 pounds that I was last year, January 1st, to 198 as of right now.
How would you tell somebody to implement your bakery into their diet?
I would tell them,
Let's say like I was trying to lose weight.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say any one of our products that we have there, it's going to benefit you towards your weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Because they're low carbs, they have the protein in them, they have all the nutritions that you need, and they help maintain a good stabilization of your blood count, your insulin, and it's just all around good. And I've been able to intake everything that we're eating here and have been able to go down on my weight loss, along with the proper, working out here and there. Keeping that and watching what I eat afterwards. I still stick with my salads here and there, but I'll still also get a steak too. I also follow low carbs as follow. I'll throw some broccoli and throw melted cheese on it. I know that has like maybe 2 grams. I don't count calories. There's a lot of people, what's your macro on that? What's this? I said, I'm too lazy to count calories. I count carbs and sugar intake. I got a rule. I call it my 10-6 rule. I took a little bit from paleo. I took a little bit from keto. I took a little bit from everything, and I combine my own. And everybody says, how do you keep the weight off, Rudy? I said, I do this. Every meal I have whether it's 6 meals or 10 meals. I say 10 grams of carbs or less per meal, 6 grams of sugar or less per meal. You keep the 10-6 rule on carb and sugar intake, and it will shut off. You won't even need to go to the gym. It'll just shut off. And that's the way I've been doing it. Now, me going to the gym is an extra bonus. The sleeve was an extra bonus. Working out's an extra bonus. But the biggest thing I tell people, it has nothing to do with any of that. It's this right here. It's eating. It's what you put in your body that will either get you up or get you down.
But you insist for people to have sugar.
I don't look at sugar as a good thing in my body. You know, for somebody else that they want to each their own opinion. But to me, I try to stay away from sugar as much as I can. That's why I say, 6 grams of sugar or less is not going to hurt you or bring an insulin level in my book. That's my opinion. But I try to keep as low sugar as I can. And with this, ain't no sugar. Ain't no sugar in this.
Other than
the natural strawberry or the peaches. That's it. But we use a natural sweetener that is, can I say it or no? Monk fruit. And everybody knows monk fruit. Monk fruit looks like a walnut. It looks like a walnut. It's natural plant.
Mm-hmm.
And they grind it up, and we call it powdered sugar, but it's not. It's monk fruit has the stabilization. It has like maybe 4 grams of net carb in it. As far as sugar in it, 0. You know, everything else, 0. It has fiber.
Yeah, so it's it's a 0 on the glycemic index, which is how it affects your insulin. So the sweetener in it is classified as a sugar alcohol. So it's broken down differently in your body. It doesn't actually take the same route as sugar, so it's not stored and eventually turned into fat. You know, all that other process of what sugars do to your body or carbs do to your body. But what's unique about the monk fruit is it, depending on what part of the fruit itself it comes from, there is actually what's called golden monk fruit, which looks exactly like brown sugar. Yeah. And it has that traditional brown sugar taste, more like a molasses type flavor, versus other parts of the fruit, which is more of the inner part of the fruit, will give you a white product, which looks and tastes exactly like white sugar. Then obviously if you blend that, pulverize it, you get
the powder.
Sugar. We essentially, if you walk into our bakery, it looks like a regular bakery, except instead of brown sugar, we have golden monk fruit. Instead of sugar, we have monk fruit. Instead of powdered sugar, we have powdered monk fruit. But I mean, in reality, we took off our labels. I mean, if you took a spoonful of each, you could tell that they're different, but one's not necessarily better than the other. I mean, it doesn't taste exactly like sugar, but it is a sweetener that doesn't have those traditional aftertaste and stuff that your Splendas and your Sweet and Lows.
Like that aspartame taste when you get it in your mouth, it's like a bitter taste. This is all natural, where it tastes like it's real sugar.
Can you buy monk fruit sugar and HEB?
Yes, you can.
Man, I might have to do that.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna have to switch to monk fruit.
They have them in the baking section, and they have them under the like Swerve. There's a
So the brand that is probably the most popular right now is a brand called Canto. And so we buy our stuff from in bulk from them, so we get 25 kilo bags. But we're actually because we're buying wholesale, we're also able to buy their retail products in bulk. So that's one of the things that we're looking at moving into in the near future is retailing them. So like a 1 pound bag of regular granulated monk fruit. I want to say wholesales for like $6, but HEB sells it for like 12. Wow. So I mean, we can hit a number somewhere in between that. We're not necessarily going to get rich off our retail products, but I mean, it's another way. Like ultimately, I mean, yes, obviously this is a business. We want it to be profitable. It's how we make our living. But ultimately, our greater goal is to bring healthy products to San Antonio. And if giving you the ingredients to make the products yourself is the way that you're going to be healthier, then we want to help you achieve that. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to come and buy our baked goods. What's in it? You can come buy the ingredients to make our baked goods and make them yourself. That's how you want to do it.
It's very rare you see a lot of bakeries like yours in San Antonio, for that matter. I don't know how on the scale. I don't know how do I say this. I don't know how on the scale of like. I remember that Super Size Me.
Yes.
And when we came to Texas, like everything's bigger in Texas.
Oh yeah,
Houston.
yeah.
I don't know where we fall on that. I don't know where San Antonio falls on that scale. So it's kind of like one of those. We don't want to be known as that city as like the fattest city.
Correct.
And with your bakery and your baking, you're making a difference to show that we're not that stigma. Like we do have people that actually are fit and healthy and not just passing away from unhealthiness.
Y'all should have Charles Barkley go to y'all. Because Charles Barkley hates on San Antonio.
Oh, he does. Well, technically, he hates on our women. But I get what you're saying.
Fat too, bro. Like, you know.
I mean, that's what I said.
He's called a round amount of rebound. I mean, the dude was 320, and then he went purposes out fast so he would get picked by the Sixers. Still got picked by the Sixers. So he's like, I'm gonna be fat and broke. So so Barkley, I'm saying this now. You need to come to this man's shop and start losing some weight, bro. Because
I'm telling you, here in San Antonio,
you looking terrible. Come see this man. Go ahead. What's the address again?
It's West Hildebrand, 1416 West Hildebrand Avenue, San Antonio, Texas.
Do you have website?
You heard it for yourself.
We currently are working on that.
Yeah. So we have our domain, but we're building on our website.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah.
So right now, best place probably to find us would be Facebook. So it's at Shake and Bake Company.
Correct.
They're definitely gonna find you on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure
on
this
Instagram,
will be on. I'm gonna put it on Instagram. So it's gonna be on YouTube. It's on Instagram. Y'all come check these guys out because this is pretty cool. I've never, because of JP Creator right here.
Y'all are gonna have to try some of these chocolate chip cookie, and tell me what you think.
Oh, I'm big on chocolate chip, bro.
These are like 2.3 grams of net carbs, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And
Can I just look in your shop, bro?
and
Sweet floors.
what we ended up doing was going a step differently. And I'm gonna,
I feel like I'm getting over.
I'm sorry, 3.1. We got Lorenzo and my son put the nutritional fact value together in case anybody asks what's in it.
Yeah.
So we have everything that's listed at the fiber, the cholesterol, sodium, calories, and the net carbs, as you can tell.
Bro,
So
I feel like, and I feel this is so good. Like, like when you eat other healthy stuff, it's like, but I feel like I'm gonna gain 20 pounds.
and you won't gain it all.
Yeah, and that's
all.
so beautiful about it, man.
I've been going down on weight, and I've been freaking out because I said, I know I gained weight because I've been eating. I'll eat me like strawberry. I'll eat me peanut butter balls. I'll eat the carrot cake. And when we're baking, I'm most definitely picking.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man. But I don't feel full, like that ugly fullness. I feel full, but not that ugly. Like clean fullness. For some reason, it just feels different than what I used to eat back then.
I know exactly what you mean too, because like, man, I have to walk extra mile.
Exactly.
Like,
How much do these cookies cost? And how do you do something about a dozen?
So the cookies they're 3.5-inch cookies. We have chocolate chip, banana nut, and lemon currently. So the cookies are $3 a pop, $10 for a half dozen, and $15 a dozen.
Okay.
So I mean mathematically, your best bet.
your
Your best bet is to go and buy a whole dozen. So that's what we originally had a smaller cookie traditional size cookie on our menu. We've removed it currently just because it's hard to sell just individuals small cookies, but then I think those were like at $10 a dozen, so for $5 more you're getting cookies that are 3 times the size.
Right.
So I mean, if someone is that specific about the carb count, our chocolate chip cookie is the highest carb cookie.
Yeah.
3.1. But so I think our smaller ones were like right around 1 carb. So I know that those, like one customer for sure wanted those because they know that I eat 1 carb, which like the bigger ones are actually better. They're better buy. They're more cookies. But
Yeah, like our banana nut, it's 1.2 for the whole cookie.
Wow.
So, you know, it's, and then it keeps on the lemon cookie, 1.3, you know. So, or 1.4, it's 1.35 round up. But the deal is, like I said, you don't have to feel guilty about it. But the taste makes you think, I shouldn't be eating this because it's too good to be true. It should taste like cardboard. It should be like you eating the paper, you know, but it doesn't.
Man, I felt naughty the whole time, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
You gotta love it, man. Like, you know.
You think everything here that y'all are eating combined, 4.2, 1.2, you know, 3.1, you're adding it up and you're still under the carb intake that you need. And that's, you can consider them different meals right there if you want. But you know what, all together, I mean, you don't have to feel guilty.
Now, you were saying that y'all have pizza too.
Yes.
Do y'all have, what other, do you have like just sweets? Or do you have like let's say somebody want to come in and have dinner or lunch?
Yeah.
So currently we have the pizzas.
Okay.
And then we also have bread. So we have essentially it's a brioche roll, which we use for hamburgers. We currently don't sell burgers, but a lot of our customers buy them because they eat burgers on them.
Right.
And then we also have loaves of bread. So we're still kind of in the stage, menu development.
Oh yeah.
We kind of toyed with the fact, or with the concept of, okay, well, we already have the bread, maybe we can make sandwiches, throw a community person in the kitchen, we start selling sandwiches.
Right.
We technically have the flat top there, so we could do burgers, but we're actually opening up what's called a cloud kitchen. So it's a takeout and delivery only option. It's going to be on Uber, DoorDash, Grubhub, all those food delivery apps. So in that kitchen, we will be doing a keto burger concept, a keto pizza concept, and I'm currently, which this is actually news to Rudy too, I am working on trying to get a keto pasta that actually tastes good. If we can, or if I can, get that recipe down, then we'll be doing pasta.
You get it down, bring it back over here.
Yeah.
You got the genius, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
you got the address, bring it back.
Yes.
We're more than welcome to come back here. The door will be open.
He came out, he does this. We'll sit it there at the bakery and he disappears back to the kitchen. We're out in the front. All of a sudden he comes out with a tray and he made pig in a blanket.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know how long it's been since I've had a pig in a blanket. Now I've had the weenie, hot dogs, can't eat the bun, get the weenie, chili, throw it on, eat it low carbs, right? He comes with the bread.
Yeah,
Just throw
I just took a pizza crust, rolled it around,
Came out.
hot dog.
mustard. You got less than 2.5 grams of carb in that pig in a blanket right there.
Hey,
And man, it was just awesome.
but what I gotta ask you though, when y'all gonna get the burgers though?
Yeah,
He's got it coming.
that's the
yeah.
question I remember.
So what? Right now, I'm actually. So we're under. We have the leads. We have our equipment, health inspector, everything in that kitchen right now. Honestly, all I'm waiting for is Uber and all of them to send me their contracts and put me live on their website. So I mean, theoretically, I can sell them now. I have to get my own delivery service.
So like right now, do people eat inside the restaurant or do they kind of?
No, they do. We've had people in there sitting. We got like maybe 4 tables. We also got it set up where we got some
love seats.
Ascent chairs.
Yeah,
They're like little miniature recliners. And some lights, some little plants there, a little rug. Just kind of like the way we are right here. And you can relax, kick back. And it feels really homely, And I wanted to make it like that just so people would feel comfortable. when you walk in. It's kind of like walking in a Starbucks. You know, you feel a little bit comfortable with the way they have things set up. This is a little bit more homely than Starbucks. This makes you feel like you're at home. You can kick back, relax, not even worry about it, talk, eat, and what have you.
Talking about Starbucks, we did something that they obviously couldn't or haven't in the last 4 years. So we have a low carb pumpkin spice latte. We will be.
Oh,
it
is the ball. I'm telling you, I had it because I was a guinea pig. He always picks on me. I love being the guinea pig.
Lorenzo,
I mean, I'm not trying to call out, Starbucks or something. I ain't trying to get us all sued and shut down, but
you said pumpkin spice though, so that's like, man, people gonna come through, man.
Yeah, so
October is around the corner.
Right.
Look at that.
I know it's gonna get cold, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So are y'all ready for y'all?
Look at this. This is our Rainbow Delight that he put together.
Okay.
And it's 0 carbs. And it is really good. I'm talking about really, really good. And it is very tasteful. I don't know if they can see it.
Well,
but
we can send you the picture.
we can send you the picture on it. And he said, I can make colors stay where they're at and also make it taste good.
Well, as long as you don't, we'll hand it to you and it looks like that, but unless you stand still drinking it, the colors will eventually.
It'll turn dark.
Yeah.
This whole deal will turn dark.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And I said, how'd you do that? He's like, hot, cold. They separate. But I'm like, it's all with ice.
Yeah, so.
It's how you pour it in there with the hot.
Basically, you have the hot liquid and the ice. Then you pour. So it starts off with blue, red, and yellow juices. The blue's hot. Add the ice. Pour the red and the yellow at the same time. Everywhere the colors meet, they start combining. So you end up having all the colors of the rainbow.
The green. Yeah.
You made all A's in culinary school now.
I actually did not.
Are you sure? Because I'm
Well, so
Our deja vu.
yeah.
So we haven't got these out yet. We've been the guinea pigs again. So he's like making these drinks. He comes in with all this stuff, and I'm like, people are gonna want this. They're gonna want it, and their taste like out of this world. And so one day we're just making them. That's my son. We're just making them. Tequila Sunrise, he calls this one. So I said, I can only imagine what people are gonna do. This is we're making them left. He was making them left and right. And I said, we're already closed. We gotta go. Whose drink? Y'all need to take drinks. He said, these are all yours, Rudy. I said, I can't drink all these, but I ended up drinking the majority of them. And the good thing is, zero carbs, 0 sugar, and they're sweet and they taste like they have everything bad that you shouldn't have.
So do y'all have like a happy hour? Any specials on certain days? Or?
We've been throwing specials. Our pizza, instead of $12, we knocked it down to $10. So we'll have like a Thursday pizza sale or something like that. We haven't done it this Thursday, but we might do something tomorrow to, as far as pizza, we can throw it down to $10 for our 12-inch of your topping. We also make this is mom. We got a chicken Alfredo pizza that's thin crust with the spinach, chicken breast. He puts butter on the crust, and then he puts garlic mashed up, put it in there, heat it up, let it soak in where it absorbs the flavors, takes it out, and then puts the Alfredo sauce and the chicken, the mozzarella sauce, chicken, spinach, mozzarella back in, and 9 grams of net carb.
What type of pizzas do you have?
We can make, with our toppings, pretty much different types like mushroom, pepperoni, Italian sausage, pepperoni, or Italian sausage.
So we have
bell pepper.
It's easier for me to say as you build the pizza. So we only have one crust, but we have either pesto, Alfredo, or traditional red sauce. And then our vegetables, we currently have red onions, red and green bell peppers, mushrooms, spinach, basil, and garlic. And then the meats, we have pepperoni, Italian sausage, ground beef, and the grilled chicken. So between all that, there's quite a bit of combinations you can do.
So it's
I'm coming next payday to get a pizza.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
so how many combinations can you put on there?
However you want.
I mean, yeah, we'll
We
put
don't
whatever you want on it. I mean, there's the more sauce you put, which really learned this the hard way. The more sauce you put, the harder it is, for the crust to actually get crispy, and then all your ingredients slide off. But I mean, if you want me to put all 3 sauces on there, we'll do it. As far as the vegetables and the meats, I mean, it's you have a 12-inch surface that you can cover. So, I mean, at a certain point, you gotta stop because you can start going up.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't do this whole it's a 2-topping pizza, and then we charge extra for more toppings. If you want everything on it, we'll put everything on it.
Yeah, add $12. Everything. And we've had people do
that's a
that.
pretty good deal.
We have jalapenos too. So this one lady wanted jalapenos on one side and pepperoni on the other
So
side.
I mean, and I don't even know this lady's name, but if you're watching, I'm not calling you out. So this lady's like, I like it extra hot. Could you put the jalapenos under the cheese? And I'm like, this woman is trying to shock someone because she wants me to hide the jalapenos, but I mean, she's paying, so I'll do it. So I did it. But I was just like, the whole time I'm back there, I'm like, why the hell does she want me to hide the jalapenos? Who pissed this woman off that she's not going to give them
A fair warning, just jalapenos.
That's how our pizzas look like.
They look,
Yeah.
they look nice too. Like,
Yeah.
We've had a lot of
I'm definitely gonna
compliments.
get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the 12 inch.
12-inch. And it tastes just like a pizza. There's no, on the dough and everything, it just tastes like a pizza crust. It's really good. Actually, there's a guy, this was actually my pizza that I was going to eat because we were making them, just trying them out. He came in and he saw it and he goes, I want to buy it. I said, he goes, how many carbs is in that? I'm like, 9 grams, it's my pizza. And he goes, I want to buy it. So he bought it from me.
Yeah, so
That's the magic about having. You bought your food.
the whole
Damn, I lost my
started
pizza.
getting pizzas in there was because I was waiting to get the keys to the. So the pizzas were actually supposed to be done out of the cloud kitchen. We were never intending to do them out of the bakery. But we were in the back making them.
buns that we.
So of course the whole place smelled like pizza. Someone walks in, they're like, "Okay, I know you got some secret shit back there. Like,
I call
wanna
them
buy
buns.
So it wasn't even supposed to be
it
there. It was
supposed
supposed
to
to.
be on the menu. We were just using that kitchen because we were there. Kind of practicing making the pizza. And now they're on the menu.
I kind of.
You can see.
I kind of throw him under the bus a lot because when he makes it, I'm on Facebook. I'm like, you gotta come check it out tomorrow at Shake and Bake. We got pizzas rolling in. And he's like, I didn't even put that on the menu yet. I'm like, you better move right now.
Start putting it on the menu.
Y'all thought about doing subs?
We might be putting that on the menu.
Watch out, Subway. I'm just saying.
We're taking everyone out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but in reality, it's like you replace those core ingredients in a lot of our foods that you just replace essentially the bread product. I mean, the pizza it's low carb other than the crust. A burger is low carb other than the buns. I mean, and the fries or whatever. But the burger itself, I mean,
Right.
it's a sandwich. It's the bread. So I mean, it's really easy to replace a lot of food if you just kind of replace that one core ingredient.
I gotta ask you this. I don't know why I gotta ask you this. But I have a friend that's vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had a couple friends, they married, they vegetarian. Christy and Juan. Christy and Juan. Do y'all use real milk? Or do y'all not use milk? Or
Vegan?
Yeah, they're vegan or vegetarian.
they don't use milk. They don't use cow milk.
Okay, so they don't use. They're vegan. They're vegan.
Yeah.
They don't use animal products at all.
Yes.
Let's think about it over a cookie.
So our
Thanks.
the only thing that has dairy, or that has milk. So we actually don't use whole milk at all. The two milks we have are almond milk and
Or heavy whipped.
heavy cream. So theoretically, we can make all of our coffee drinks with just straight up almond milk. The problem with that is because it's a low fat milk, it won't froth up, so you won't get that traditional foam that you have in the
espresso,
coffee.
yeah.
But I mean, if someone wanted it, I mean, we could make it with just straight almond milk. It's just going to be a more liquidy, product. You're not going to have.
But you don't use like.
In most of our baked goods, we do use butter. It can be replaced. So, if someone really needed it to be, we obviously would need to know ahead of time. But let's say your vegetarian friend wanted us to cater their wedding or something, where it's a one-time thing or a big order or whatever. I mean, all of our recipes can be converted to not use butter. It's just out of convenience. It was easier to use butter.
Yeah. So the question is, we can convert it if need be.
But y'all use milk from the cow, right?
But we use
Mainly almond milk.
almond milk.
Yeah, almond milk and heavy cream. So the heavy cream would be the only thing
that has the milk
from
product.
cow.
Yeah.
I like milk from the cow, man. But it's good though.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, that's 1.2 grams of carbs.
I feel like I shouldn't be eating it right now.
I guess also the I'm trying to think anything that has whipped cream on it has obviously cow's milk. I mean, heavy whipped cream.
Yeah.
That would probably be the only thing we couldn't substitute. We could dump a whipped cream on
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man,
So
it's like a fat boy's dream, man.
I'm telling you, I live it every day. But the good thing is I'm going down. So my mom and stepdad, they've been going and helping out because they're retired. So they want to come over and help out. And they do. I said, come on, it's family owned. We're going to help each other out. We're going to have a good time. And anybody who walks in there is like our family. No matter who you are, to me, it's like I welcome everybody. They come in and it's one family having a good time. You want to sit there and eat? Go ahead. You want something cooked? If we can cook it right and cook it healthy, we will. We ain't going to cook anything that's unhealthy, though. We want to cook things that are healthy.
Yeah. What are your hours?
Our hours that are there, matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because we just changed our hours. We're going to be opening up we were open up 7 days a week. But we figure there's some days that really just don't hit hard. So Mondays and Tuesdays really don't hit hard. So we're going to give our employees off Monday and Tuesdays and work 5 days a week, Wednesdays through Sundays, because we feel those are the best days. For one thing, weekends, people are off. They like to go out, indulge. They might go out and have their lunch, dinner, and they want to have a cookie afterwards, or they want to have a dessert. They say, hey, let's go. So we don't feel so bad after we ate our dinner. Let's go get something that's healthy. So they'll go and get a strawberry shortcake or a peach cobbler. Or they might say, well, you know what, we feel like eating. Let's go eat a pizza. Man, I feel like eating a pizza. We can go to the Shake and Bake and have a pizza, and it's only 9 grams of carbs. And if I eat half that, I know I'm going to eat half of them 9 grams right there. It's going to be 4.5 grams of carbs.
So you're talking about the whole pizza?
The whole pizza. The whole pizza is 9 grams of net carbs.
So 12 inch pizza, how many people?
9 grams of net carbs.
I'm eating it by myself. But so a 12 inch is. Well, what's your favorite traditional pizza place? And I'll tell you. So
I like pizza. I like Big Lou's though. I like Big Lou's.
Well, okay.
But traditional
a 12 inch
pizza,
would probably be like a Scooby snack compared to Big Lou's pizzas. Because, they got the giant ones. But no, so
probably like on average.
no, yeah. So I want to say it's
Pizza Hut, maybe?
I think Papa John's is small as a 12 inch, but Pizza Hut's medium as a 12 inch. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Depending on where you go, so you could relate better. So Papa John's would be the small pizza. Pizza Hut would be a medium sized pizza.
Now, we've done some research. I guess my son Joe did some research on carb wise. So a regular 12 inch, let's say a Pizza Hut, you're looking at 47 grams of carbs compared to 9 grams of carbs on a 12 inch.
Yeah, so we have less carbs in the whole pizza than a traditional pizzeria would have in a slice of pizza.
Yeah,
A slice of pizza.
a slice of pizza.
A slice
Yes,
pizza.
it is awesome.
Compared to the whole pizza.
Yep, and you can actually eat our whole pizza and still be under a couple slices of had a regular pizza. Yeah. So it's awesome, and I invite everybody to come out there and try it, and then you can base your opinion on what you think as far as how we've done. And I think so far we've had some really good reviews because the alternative sweets that we're providing is very tasteful compared to a lot of places I've gone that are keto that you're like, no, I ain't gonna have that. I'm gonna stick to my junk food.
Man, this is very, very flavorful.
Yeah. So we got more stuff here, but I don't want to get y'all too full. But we got like our carrot cake,
Okay.
and whenever y'all want to indulge in them, just have at it. I'm gonna leave them here, and we also got our lemon cookies as well here too. They're very good.
So that was the base of the lemon balls you said earlier.
And they're awesome. So it is just like I said. We also have our protein shakes that are less than 5 grams of net carb. I've gone and tried a lot of protein shake shops that say they're low carbs. I went to one on the north side off of 281 and 1604. I won't name who they are, but I was going to try one, and I said, what's your best low carb shake you got here? And they go, sir, we got one that's called a Carbonator or whatever. It's a master carb. It's 27 grams of carbs. I'm like, 27 grams of carbs?
You can eat like 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, no, I can't have that. And he said, well, we could take this out and this out and this out. And I said, what? You're just going to hand me a cup of water, huh? Because that's all I'll be able to have if you take everything that you have carbs in there. So I love our carbs. They're less than 5 grams of carbs, and they are really good. We have people come in and get our strawberry. What is it called? Our strawberry, not delight. Is it strawberry delight? And that one just rocks the world. We got one that's a peanut butter shake, and the other one that's chocolate. And those are just awesome. All 3 of them are awesome, but people love strawberries, so they tend to go towards the strawberry one. I made one up called the Razzmatazz, and that one was raspberry, but the Razzle Dazzle. They don't like it.
I take no credit and no responsibility.
I love it. I have not had any complaints. So far, I've given it out, and they've my son and him, they dog up on me. They always dog up on me. Anything I make, I don't care if it's good. They're not going to say it's good. They're going to say, no, it ain't good.
Of course not.
No.
You can't get the credit.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Let's say I want a pizza, right? I get the pizza. What type of drinks do you have that would go good with that pizza?
Well, any of our drinks, really.
Like, what type of drinks do y'all have?
So right now, all we have is the protein shakes
And
and the espresso drinks, the coffee drinks. But like we're showing you the
rainbow color.
Yeah, the Rainbow Delight.
So those
Deja Vu.
Honestly, the only reason they're not out yet is because they are slightly more complex to make, and I don't want to be there 24/7 making them. But I mean, eventually they will end up on.
He says that, but it's stripped out. Customers come in, and they didn't even charge. We don't even charge them.
Yeah, so
He's made them.
We had a couple come in and order pizza, and we're gonna eat here, and then like poor girl's like choking. I'm like, I need a drink. Like I could make it or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna put this on the menu. Try it out, whatever. But then we didn't have a button. Once it comes time to ring up, I'm like, oh, there's no way I could actually charge you for that because it's gonna take me 20 minutes to put it in the register to turn it on and charge you for it. So we ended up just giving it to them, and they really liked it. But yeah, I mean, when I'm there, I'll make them, but I just don't want to time myself to be there. So Breezy's gonna have to learn how to make them, and then we put them on the menu.
I'll learn. Yeah, because they're good, and I do want to throw them on the menu for people to have an alternative. Drink instead of water, because we do have people who want water.
Being that you went to culinary school and you're I guess I'm gonna say the head chef, correct?
Yep.
Have you ever thought about opening like a cooking classes in the shop to kind of show them how to make things, or you just want to kind of keep it within house so they don't try to?
So I haven't.
It's never as good as
thought about like doing it specifically, like in this bakery. I've actually thought about like doing cooking classes, similar to like the way like Central Market or sort of Top does. I don't think our bakery is really set up as far as the layout to be able to have multiple people in there. I mean, I guess we could always do like one-on-one cooking classes. So I mean, the thought has crossed my mind, but we haven't really taken it too seriously. But yeah, I mean, eventually, if we can get into a space where we can have like an instructor side, basically the way like my culinary class we set up, where there's 5 ovens in the room. I show you how to do it once and then you replicate. I mean, yeah, I would love to do something like that. It would just be a matter of finding the space to do it.
Yeah, and we always like when customers come in, like I said, when they want to know what's in it and how it's made, we'll tell them. We don't have nothing to hide. Like Lorenzo said, if we can help somebody out, if they want to make it at their house, we've had people come in and buy just a crust. They said, we want to make our own pizza. We just want the crust. Can you sell us this crust? We're like, yeah, we'll sell you the crust. $3, what was it? No, $5 we sold it. He's like, you sold it too high. I'm like, well, I mean, we sell it for $12. I just sold the crust for $5. And he turned around and he said, I loved it. I loved it, Rudy. Man, I went home. And he even posted in our review on Google.
He posted his pizza.
His pizza. Man, it was good. And it was low carb because the bread itself,
Right.
So I gotta ask you the magical question. This is the greatest fruit ever, man.
Yeah.
Y'all make anything with mango?
Yeah. He just did catering with mango.
What?
Oh, grilled mango is a great food.
Mango is the greatest fruit ever, man. What's that on the mango?
Pineapple, bro.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh, man.
Okay, now we got a battle.
So both of them have way too much sugar to
Okay.
So we basically don't want to have anything in the building that's more than 10 grams of sugar in. Because that was kind of one of my biggest things. Was like, when they're like, there's X amount per serving. But then you look at it and you're like, there's 27 servings in this bottle. And so it's like a shot of water has whatever. So we don't want to have anything that if whatever container we give it to you in, it has more than 10 carbs, regardless of how many quote-unquote serving sizes there are in it. So both those fruits are way too high in carbs to actually be able to do anything sufficient with. Pineapple would probably be easier. But yeah, currently we don't have anything that has either of those.
Sorry.
But to settle this, I would go with pineapple solely for the reason.
And I would go with mango.
Mango is wonderful.
Well, which
Man,
coming from a quote unquote culinarian who should like to use what's in season. Like I hate having to plan my menus around what's in season. And I mean, with mangoes, honestly, it could be literally a mangoes in season. Cause I did a catering gig this weekend. A case of mangoes I think was $9 for 8 mangoes on Monday. That Thursday it was $17. So I mean, it literally doubled in price in 72 hours. I personally don't like produce that is that fluctuating in its price. So I would go with pineapple just because, I mean, worst case scenario, you go buy a can of pineapple and it tastes almost as good. I mean, so just from a logistics standpoint, I'd go with pineapple. But they both taste pretty good.
Pineapple is better than mango, so he's telling you.
Man, y'all done lied to all them people on Facebook, man.
I know.
Y'all lied to the whole social media world.
They ain't lying. Mango is not the fruit. It's pineapple. We won this one. We won this one.
Why did it go up in value?
Because it's
Because
pineapple.
Okay, but you know what? Pineapple still better.
So you want to put pineapple on your pizza because of the
because of the
content,
sugar content.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And he started that.
Now I kind of feel like a challenge. I'm like, what can I do to bring? But yeah, I mean, we have a mango flavored drink, but it's artificial mango flavoring. Once we put them on the menu, there is a drink that has mango, and it has pineapple also.
Oh, yeah.
So the rainbow one actually has a pineapple.
Flavoring?
Yeah, flavor. It's not pineapple juice. Flavor.
But
the tequila sunrise has mango.
They got mango.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I hope y'all figure out a way.
I mean,
I definitely want y'all to come back
Yeah.
and update us on how everything's going.
Most definitely.
like I'm not gonna sleep tonight because I'm gonna rack my brain next time.
Yeah.
How the hell do I get triggered out of?
Guess who's gonna be the guinea pig?
I can already see the group chat
If
going.
you ever do a mango, then you need a guinea pig.
Hey, you got us on Facebook. You already got us on
Yeah.
the little group chat. Just, hey man, what's going to this time? I'm like, I'll be say less. I'll be there. I'll get off at 7 o'clock. I'll be
There
there.
you go.
So what are your shop hours? How long are you open till?
Well, we're open from 11 to 6 p.m. 11
Okay.
in the morning till 6 p.m. in the evening.
Monday through Friday.
Monday through
Or I guess
no,
now Wednesday through Friday.
Wednesday through Friday.
And then weekends we do 9 to 3. Saturdays.
9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
Okay, so you still have a little time on the weekends to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's because it's right now it's just me, Lorenzo, and my son, which he started high school. He's a junior in high school, so now it's like me and Lorenzo, and then I got my mom and stepdad that come in there every now and then. So we just hired on a person today, so we're hoping to transition where we can get out more and also market more, because that's holding us in to bake and to serve and everything. So it's kind of hard to promote our business when we have to be there 24/7. That's the reason why we need a couple of days off, so we can also go out
And kind of long picture. I mean, what our end goal honestly is to be able to get into retail stores.
Oh yeah, we're working on that too.
You can go to HEB and buy our products. That's again logistically that's gonna probably change what we're doing. Where we're probably selling like cookie mixes rather than actual baked cookies, because there's no preservatives in it, and we really don't want to add that. I mean, there's no point in reducing the sugars just to add a bunch of carcinogens in the preservatives. Like it's
Yeah. So the whole purpose is to be trying to go that healthy route and stay healthy, stay healthy. So that's the reason why we push so hard to keep under a certain amount of carbs. And we love other stuff, but we just got to look at it and sometimes take a step back because of the amount of carbs.
Have y'all ever thought about, like, because I see a lot of people, like I used to go to a Mexican restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and I know they'll bring in a lot of,
Oh yeah, fine loose.
they bring in a lot of
bread, sweet
bread and sweets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever thought about doing something that's like culturally directed?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So honestly, that when we first were gonna open a bakery, we were playing with the idea. That's actually the route I wanted to go.
Okay.
But when you actually sit down and like kind of break down what it is, I mean, it's so like for example, regardless of what you call it, conchita, pan de huevo, whatever. The round thing with the shell sugar on top.
Yeah.
It's literally bread with sugar on top. So I'm like, even if I could replace the bread, it's literally sugar on top.
Right.
So I mean, it's like, I guess we could use the monk fruit and then dye that.
Right.
I mean, so it would be
go
possible.
up.
Yeah, the cost of it would go up, and it's like the cost comparison is also not there. So, like for example, our strawberry shortcake. I mean, we sell this for $4. A restaurant will realistically sell strawberry shortcake for $4.
Right.
They won't sell a piece of sweetbread for $2.50.
Right.
Which is probably the price point we'd have to be at compared to like the 69-cent version you can get down at La Fiesta.
Right.
So then at that point, you literally are paying exponentially more for a healthy option. And what we're trying to do is keep all of our stuff priced competitively with the quote-unquote non-healthy version, to where you're not, as a healthy person, or a person that's trying to eat healthy, you're not paying that health tax to be able to eat healthier.
So you're not trying to be like Whole Foods and charge an arm and a leg.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're trying to be a affordable, healthy option.
Correct. And that makes us a greater asset to the people that are trying to get healthy or stay healthy or whatever.
It seriously does, because a lot of people, and I tell people this all the time, say, you're trying to be healthy, but you're paying $12 for a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I'm being a little bit.
No, you're right.
You're paying $12 for a loaf of bread, or you're paying $20 for a rotisserie chicken that doesn't have all this extra stuff in it or whatever it is. I was like, screw this. I'll go to church real quick and buy stuff. It's cheaper to be unhealthy than it is to be healthy, and y'all are actually offering an option to where you want to pick the crap and pay that same price, or you want to pick the good stuff and not pay as much.
Right.
Correct.
Actually, probably pay a little less.
And in all honesty, I don't want to get into like economics and government and everything, but it literally is because of subsidizing the corn industry. So now we have high fructose corn syrup. Like, it literally is cheaper to eat unhealthy because our government is subsidizing unhealthy alternatives to. So we just spent the last hour bashing sugar, but sugar is 1,000% healthier for you than high fructose corn syrup, which is probably what's in every commercially manufactured product, whether it's a sweet product or not. If it's comes in a bag or in a can, it has like
French fries.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Burgers.
So it's like, so it literally is cheaper to eat unhealthy.
They're gonna be coming up with fries, low carb fries too, as well. So
I'm
really, really excited about it.
So, if you make low carb fries, are you gonna have the low carb chili to go with it and the cheese on top?
So we call carbs are cheese is already low carb, but
and chili too.
So
without the beans.
I'm just saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
are sweet potato fries low carb?
They're low carb.
They're lower carb than potatoes, but they wouldn't be considered low carb.
Correct.
I
Probably per se.
A lot of people do use them in their diet, but I kind of shy away from that.
Yeah. So honestly, it'd probably be easier to make low carb tater tots than it would low carb fries, but it would end up being like something like zucchini or something that's shredded, held together with eggs, and then deep fried. Which then brings in the.
Just don't tell me, and then tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we're playing. Because if you just think of so a zucchini, which is probably what it's going to be. Zucchini is replacing a potato. If you shred it, bind it, and then fry it, versus cutting a sliver of it, you're gonna taste more zucchini eating a slice of zucchini than a bunch of shredded zucchini. It's just the way it works. So, when we do the low carb burger concept, it's probably going to come with tater tots, and
You won't
the
get
menu
it,
will
though.
say tater tots, and if you read the fine print, it'll say this made with zucchini.
What type?
But I guarantee you, it'll taste like tater tots.
What type of meat you gonna use on a burger?
Beef. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, as much as we're trying to provide a healthy option for everyone, like, we're not going to satisfy everyone. So it's like, I'm not going to make a gluten-free, low-carb, paleo, sugar buster, whatever, keto. Like, you can't get every diet fat into something unless you're eating, drinking a glass of water. Water is pretty much the only thing that's going to be on every diet fat. Because, some people are on a high-fat diet. And, they don't really, they'll eat a can of Crisco, and it technically, well, they won't eat it, but a can of Crisco technically matches their dietary restrictions, but they want, absolutely no carbs in it, or the exact opposite, where they'll eat a whole bag of flour, but they want absolutely no fat in it. It's like, you're not going to satisfy everyone, so we're not going to have vegan or soy burgers or anything like that. So there will be beef.
That's low carb.
Our
That's
cheese
zero
will
carb.
be dairy cheese. It'll be,
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So,
Yeah.
I'm about to be coming to y'all for dinner. Hold up.
I went to McDonald's today and I had a quarter pounder and 2 McDoubles, but without the buns, without the ketchup, which has a lot of sugar. Mustard. I had mustard, onions, and pickles. and I had 3 of them bad boys. But I had them. Well, the other ones.
But it's amazing
So
how much
depending on the time.
you realize. Oh,
Yeah, it's too late now, right?
like okay, so you got what'd you say you got? What burger from McDonald's?
Two
everything's
McDoubles
outside,
and a quarter pounder.
Okay, so a McDouble.
Double quarter pounder. What is it? Double.
McDouble uses 2 6-ounce patties, so you actually only got. You end up getting so you got 5 ounces of meat on it. But normally they put it on a 4-ounce bun. And so it's amazing when you remove a bun from something and you're like, what exactly are you giving me? It reminds me of the 90s commercials. Like, where's the beef?
Yeah, because it was like that small. That's why I got me like 2 of them.
Yeah,
Double.
and I mean, I guess a double cheeseburger or McDouble has always been a smaller burger. But like when you do that with a quarter pounder, and then you see how small a quarter pound patty really is, and you're like, wait, this was $6.
Yeah.
So as we kind of, I know y'all gotta open up tomorrow.
Yeah.
As we kind of close out, I gotta ask you a question. What is your favorite item at the bakery?
My favorite item? I don't have one because I like them all.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. To be honest, I tried to pick one, and I'm like, I just can't make my decision because I pick throughout the day, like I said, and I like them all. And all of them been great to me. I mean, body-wise, feeling-wise, just my inner core, my outer core, just feeling great. So I encourage anybody that wants to go by and try our product and see how they want to feel. When they taste it, just like what y'all taste, y'all got first-hand experience, never had our product before, this is the first time y'all have had it, and it kind of wowed y'all. So it's something that you feel guilty, like I shouldn't be eating it, but it's healthy as heck for you.
Yeah.
So I love it. I back every single one of these products that we have in our bakery 100%. And I think it's going to be a very good thing for San Antonio, the San Antonians here, and people that are coming from out of state and from other cities to try it, because most definitely it's going to wow them too. So, and I think an angel above, like we were talking before, an angel above, which my wife passed away from cancer, and I think this is a gravity pull that we all went in a direction. I have not questioned it, because this is way out of my realm of my profession, being a safety consultant, and for a gravity pull to put me in this direction is for a reason. But I will not question it, because I have a lot of faith, and I think that faith will take us where we need to go, and hopefully it'll be able to help other people in that journey, the path we take. So I'm really looking forward to it. So that's me in a nutshell. So like,
Mike, you should let me go first because they'll get you covered.
It's better than the shortcake?
I would say yes.
I said,
The shortcake.
no, I like that.
I'm just saying, I'm kind of trying that pizza. I want to see
Yeah.
zucchini, tater tots, or fries. I'm just saying, I might see me. I'm shopping a little more. I was like,
Yeah.
you see you like, yeah.
Yeah, we have returning customers left and right. We had a couple of customers come in today. They've been to our shop like quite a few times, more than a handful.
Starting on a first name basis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they go, let me see. And the question is, let me see what I'm going to have today. And our menu's not that big. They've already tried everything on the menu, and they just want to kind of mix it up and just kind of go back and forth again. But they love our product. They love it.
But man, what I got from you, man, I mentioned the dog park.
Mm-hmm.
And you had told me a story.
Wait, he was at the dog park? He wasn't at the bakery?
Man, we gotta make fun for dogs.
Yeah.
But basically, man, he told me a story. And a lot of people, when they have somebody that, cause I know when my mother passed away, it was like you kind of trying to find yourself.
Right.
And so what I respected about him was, and I knew I wanted him on the show, and I'm glad he brought you to. But what I respected about him is that he took the death of his wife, and he took that was your aunt, right?
Mm.
And y'all took that, and it's just like instead of you can go the wrong route.
Right.
I took that and y'all kind of use that as motivation to help people
Right.
kind of improve themselves and not go down that route.
Correct.
And I was like, wow, that really impressed me.
Yeah, and that's our whole intent. You know, I love helping people. I always have. I always will. And it's just ever since I was little. You know, that's the way I've been raised. And, you know, and I hate to see people go a different route, you know, an unhealthy route or hurt, you know, be hurt or say me and I'm going to start tomorrow because my excuse always was, I'm going to start working out tomorrow. Or I'm going to start eating right tomorrow. And my motto I live by, which a lot of people that also live by is, you know, never give up and no excuses. So there's no excuse to sit there and say, I'm going to start tomorrow. Why not start today? Why not start right now? Why not start eating right now? Well, I got no excuses. Never give up. No excuses. Move forward, and you'd be surprised because people are surprised at what they've seen. For me, 351 pounds last year, 50-inch waist, 5X t-shirt. I'm down to a large 32-inch waist. Me and my 16-year-old wear the same clothes now.
Wow.
So in my master bedroom, then my wife had the whole closet, and my space was like this. You know, now we got all our clothes there because we wear the same clothes. And my wife used to buy my son a lot of clothes that were bigger, like large, because he was medium. Well, now I'm 5'10", he's like 6, or, you know, he's passed me up, and she has all the brand new large clothes. So I don't even have to go to the store. I go in there and there's tags on the shirt.
I gotta speak up for my little cousin. So he still has that little corner that he's always had. It's just my cousin inherited his mom's, you know, whole closet.
Yeah.
But now Rudy can go and pick from that closet.
So I say, Nicholas, I'm wearing your shirt right here. This one that has a tag, you know, the one Mom bought you at Macy's for $5. It used to be $70, and she's a good shopper. She used to find them bargains. That's what I loved about her. Because me, I'm the type, just like a lot of men, we like to go, if we're going to buy something, we're going to buy something. We want to write it in there. We're impatient. We got to go somewhere. We want to wear it. We're going to buy it. I don't care if it's $70. I don't care if it's $50. I'm going to buy it. My wife goes, put it up. Let's wait. Let's wait. And she'll come back and go, so here's that shirt, $5. That makes it. I'm like, what? Dang, you got patience. I don't. No.
It's funny to see him and Nicholas back in like, well, I was gonna wear that for, you know, whatever, and I'm like, and he told me the other day, like, you know where I can hide my clothes? I was like, your closet.
And I
mean, you don't want him to take it, don't put it in his closet.
I always used to see this. I always used to see this on TV where, you know, somebody puts their pants next to them. I got my 50-inch pants that I still kept that I used to wear out in the field, and I was able to put both my legs in that one deal and hold it out, and I'm like, dang, this is cool. I never thought I could do that. And those used to fit tight on me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they fit tight. I mean, I was about to go up on size. I should have went up, but I said, no, I suffered. I did the sit there and put it on. And I'm like, now I'm like, dang, I can't believe I used to wear that. Man, just a year ago, last year.
Just a year ago. That is one hell of a feat.
Yeah.
That's I congratulate you on that.
You changed it. I mean, you did a really great job, man.
Yeah.
Lost weight. You was basically off half a person.
Oh, yeah.
You opened you know, bakery.
152 pounds.
Yeah.
153 pounds.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
You opened a bakery, your daughter, your late wife.
Yep.
You got your nephew, right?
Yep.
Nephew involved. And your family involved.
Yeah, we got angel wings there on the side of the garage. So we have angel wings. Then I had a real good guy. It was a mural painter went out there and I told him the story. And he goes, man, I'm gonna help you out. And he helped us out. He put some angel wings and he put the silhouette of San Antonio with the hemisphere and all that. And then he put a donut as a halo. You know, so you can actually go over there and take pictures and have your angel wings with your donut halo with San Antonio right there, and on the right side it'll say "Memory of Norma."
Do y'all sell donuts too?
No, we've talked about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's on a whole different other show because that's a long story there.
So how long have you been open?
We've been open since August the 6th.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just opened up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you.
Damn, so now you know.
The way how I've been up for a while.
August the 6th. We've been getting it. Yeah.
We did our soft opening July
12th, but it was like we're just getting everything prepared on the inside.
It was just people like wondering and like, so what are y'all doing?
Yeah, we didn't announce it or nothing like that. You know, people would come in, we'd pass out flyers and stuff, but it's like we're too busy. We passed out flyers that we had, and then we would come in, and then we try to go to like LA Fitness, and LA Fitness supports us really. Matter of fact, they want us to go back. We went to the one on Bandera. We've been to the one, Leon Valley. Been to the one over there in Blanco Road. Been to the other one off of 1604 near 281. Been to that one. And all the general managers been really cool with us, and they're like, man, y'all need to come back. We really want y'all to come back over here, set y'all's table up. And people freak out, because when we get in the gym and we come in with boxes of this and dessert, they're like, you're bringing dessert to gym. We're trying to lose the weight. We ain't trying to gain it. Why y'all bringing sweets over here? That don't work like that. Then when we tell them, we got the nutritional facts, and we tell them how many grams of carbs are in it, they're like, oh, that's got to taste nasty, because, you know, stuff like that usually ain't going to taste good. Keto stuff ain't going to taste good.
You try that, so I should answer it is.
And then when they try it, they're like, how many grams do you say is in here? That chocolate chip cookie has what? And, oh, man.
I thought, I was like, man, when I invited you,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I hope the stuff don't taste like cornball. And then when I had that strawberry shortcake, I was like,
Yeah, true believer.
it made me believe it, man.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite.
You were a little nervous to try it on camera the first time. You didn't want to make faces.
Yeah, but it was really, and I'm glad we did it on camera.
Yeah.
I just trusted his judgment. I'm like, well, if you bring this guy on the show, obviously he's gonna come over and bring just any kind of whatever product he got, if he brings anything at all. Like,
right.
Fine. So, I feel like that. What's that show? Strahan and that's a show. I feel like that's straight. Like, shows where they had a cooking show and they had the finished product already, but they show you how to. He's like, well, try this.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, all right, try it. I was like, it's supposed to be eating this, but
I was gonna make some pizzas. I said, man, time's cut. It's 8:30. I was gonna make a couple pieces. I took a couple of pizzas to Lifetime Fitness because we go there every now and then too. And I took some to LA Fitness too. So both of them, the general manager in LA Fitness over there in Leon Valley, I was looking at her face. I said, she goes, what do you got there? I said, had 2 pizza boxes. I said, I got a couple of pizzas. She's like, Rudy. She goes, set those down right here. She goes, before I open them up, how many grams of carbs are in here? I said, each pizza is 9 grams of carb. And she's like, what? No way. She called all her staff members. Try this. 9 grams of carb for the whole pizza. Each one of them got a piece. So, they were just there like.
So
and it was completely silence.
When gonna be on infomercial?
Man.
I didn't see y'all doing the infomercial.
Oh man, they loved it. They were like, 9 grams. Man, this isn't even cauliflower crust. I said, no, it's regular pizza crust, but without the carb. You went the low carb. And they're like, oh my God. They sat there and ate both pizzas.
Wow.
Lifetime Fitness, same thing. The guy that signed us up at Lifetime Fitness went over there. And this one girl, she's a nice girl. She was behind the counter. She's like, what do you got there? I said, pizza. And she goes, first thing came out of her mouth, how many carbs? I said 9 grams of carbs. And she said, oh, all right, I'm going to try it.
See, it's kind of funny because at Lifetime, they call the group around to try it. I mean, I'm sorry, at LA Fitness, they're like, oh, everyone come try it. But at Lifetime, they like hide stuff from each other. Like, oh, just leave it here. I'll make sure everybody gets to try it. And I'm like,
And they won't.
they throw their sweater on top or whatever, try to hide
and take it home.
This going home with me.
The average pizza, that's around the same size as you. You said pizza is a medium.
Yeah.
How many grams of fat it got?
Fat or carbs?
Carbs is 47 grams.
Wow.
Yeah, ours is just 9.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it might be more than I was thinking about because Joe's in there per slice was so many grams of carbs. I got to really look at it again, but I counted. When he said 47, I'm like, what? 47 grams of carbs? I'm like, oh man. So yeah, it's a big difference, and ours has a lot of good stuff in it that when you try it, you're gonna be like, no. That you can't tell me. This has flaxseed, this has oat fiber, this has.
I'm in denial. I'm not in denial anymore. I will say
that shortcake guy.
Yeah. Wait till you taste the pizza cobbler.
I'm gonna have to put me a shot.
Yeah.
Man. I'm gonna have to put me a shot.
definitely have to do. I think we'll have to do a show at your shop.
Yeah, we can. Most definitely.
At your shop because I really want to come to this place.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in showing up
And I got and you'll see the transformation pictures that I got there before and after, and I also got a picture of my wife too as well. Just like we said, we most definitely dedicate that whole bakery to Norma.
So what are your closing remarks? Like, what do you want people to take away from this podcast?
I want people to take away that they can come and enjoy delicious desserts without having to feel guilty, and also that there is an alternative method, alternative food and sweeteners that we use that will most definitely satisfy their sweet tooth, and also walk away not having to feel guilty at one single bit of what they've eaten at our bakery, because it is most definitely a blessing. And that Lorenzo has came up with a lot of these recipes, and a blessing that we've all moved in this direction to help people out. Our biggest deal, like I said, is to help people out, go in a healthy direction. And if that's what my purpose is here to do from here on out, then I'm all for it, because I don't like to see anybody hurt anyways. And what I've seen in the past, it has really make us go in this direction because of that. So.
Well, man, anything you want to say, Lorenzo?
I mean, not really. I mean, just. I mean, it's hard to put it into words, but it's like. I feel that, so I grew up, making all these excuses, like what you said. And it's like, I almost want to. I come from, I guess I'm kind of coming at it negatively, which is probably not a good thing, but it's like, I want to kind of remove every excuse. I mean, if it's no longer more expensive to eat healthy, it's no longer, more of an inconvenience to eat healthy, then, I mean, at that point, it's like, because he's saying, well, we don't want you to feel guilty eating our food. I mean, like, I almost kind of want to be at the point where, like, you feel guilty eating anywhere else because we've done everything we can to give you a healthier alternative.
That's true.
So, I mean, at that point, it's like, it's the whole, you could give a man a fish, or you could teach a man to fish and feed him for life. I mean, if we get to the point where we've done everything we can to help you, and you still choose, to turn left to go to McDonald's versus turn right and go to our shop. I mean, it's like, I can at least rest easy knowing I did everything I could to provide that healthy alternative.
Yeah.
You made me a true believer. I will say that, and I will definitely make time to go to your shop. Let's say every man makes a choice. You make time for what you want to make time for. Not that you don't have time, you make time for it. So I'm definitely going to make the time to come to your shop and at least at least pop in and say, hey, you know,
Yeah.
so that pizza.
How far are you from West Avenue?
West Avenue?
Where the next exit
Before
going towards
West.
downtown.
Yeah, going towards
So
downtown.
if you're coming from downtown, it's the same exit for Chris Madrid actually. You just go under the bridge instead of taking the
Gotcha, yeah. So we working on the house there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to come in there.
Yeah, we're gonna expect to see you.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
give you a tour of the place. It ain't
Okay.
big, but we'll give you a tour of the place so y'all can see it and see how we cook back there or bake. And also we can make some pizzas. You know, make some pizzas, sit back, and get Lorenzo making some of them drinks.
Do y'all serve anything alcoholic or that kind of?
No,
Sure.
but we're on the. I guess Lorenzo, you could talk about the other place.
Well, yeah. So at the Cloud Kitchen, we theoretically could add alcohol. So I mean, if you're not familiar with the Cloud Kitchen concept, basically what it is it's a big old warehouse. There's 25 different kitchens in there. But
Ours is number 25.
Yeah, the operators of the warehouse. So they have what they call concierge service. So, like, all I would have to do is cook. The orders come in, I make it, put it outside the window. They, the Cloud Kitchens, the company actually has someone that comes to my door and takes it up to the front, hands it off to the Uber driver. Or if you're a walk-up customer, hand you off your food. So they have a liquor license. So theoretically, we can add liquor or
To our menu.
beer or wine to our menu, because the establishment has a license. So, I mean, down the road that might be an option. It's
going that way.
Well, I mean,
He's already mentioned it.
it is, but I mean, it's the same. Kind of going back to the whole like preservatives. It's like there's really no point in us going so far making it healthy in one way when like I mean, I guess you can make the whole argument. Yeah, like. Is alcohol really? I mean, at the end of the day, if we're just strictly going by carbs, most of your base liquors are 0 carbs.
0 carbs.
And y'all
I mean, so-
open this up July and August.
Yeah.
Of this year.
Mhm.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, just close everything up, man. Go check out Shake and Bake.
Yep.
Rudy's there.
Yeah.
Lorenzo on there, man. Shit, cooking, man, and making the greatest food and desserts all the time.
Oh,
His
Nicholas.
son's
It's
he's like, hey, hold on, man.
It's
I mean, if he's not at school or at Chili's or Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Nicholas.
he comes in. He's like, "You got 3 hours because Chick-fil-A opens at." I'm like, we know that he'll actually work on Sundays because now like the only alternative, like I think other than our food, those are the only 2 places he eats is Chick-fil-A and Chili's.
Hey,
So it's like, okay, well,
And he's a hell.
Chick-fil-A's closed Sunday, so you can work today, right? Because the only option is Chili's.
Yeah.
But
But go check out Shake and Bake. They're located on you said
West Hildebrand.
West Hildebrand.
Yeah. And
you know,
I-10.
West Hildebrand,
1416 West Hildebrand and I-10. So, right next to downtown. Just north of downtown.
right next to downtown, so you have no excuses. It's like you
Yeah.
say, they're taking out all the excuses.
Yep. No excuses.
None whatsoever. So I don't want to hear Ben Austin do some white. No, I don't want to hear it. No excuses. You need to go to these gentlemen's shop and eat his food.
I mean, they food is
I,
top notch, man.
I,
Will not regret it.
I will be there for a pizza. I'm just saying. You know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
you see me in the corner eating a pizza. That's yes.
Yeah.
It's me in person eating a pizza. So
Yeah.
So man, so that's it for the show, man. Like, share, subscribe. Do y'all have any? Y'all on Instagram?
We're on Instagram. Shake and Bake Company on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Facebook, same thing.
Uh,
Shake and Bake Company on Facebook.
Snapchat.
I just barely got on Snapchat. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it.
but you're working on it.
Y'all on anything else? With the base.
Nope. What do you think, Lorenzo?
I think we're good. Pretty much set it up.
Set it all.
Oh, cool.
Combine eat it.
So like, okay, like, share, subscribe. those ladies and gentlemen, Shake and Bake Restaurant, you won't be disappointed. Bakery, I'm sorry. Shake
Yeah.
and Bake Best Bakery, and you won't be disappointed. Join us on episode 45. Thank you for joining us.
See you later.